Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a very exciting live stream. It is here to focus on the shift from meme coins getting scammed by literal governments and presidents of countries into utility-driven markets. Now, I know you feel it because I can feel it, and I pay attention to social radars. The market right now, participants are getting fed up with the blatant fraud, corruption, and manipulation that's happening in crypto, and people are starting to wonder what the solution is. Lucky for them, the solution is just to shift away from the bullshit into real utility-driven projects. Get back to the roots, guys. Today, we're going to talk about decentralization. No, I'm just kidding. Today we're going to talk about decentralized science, and hopefully you guys are well rested and equipped for the live stream because it is Monday morning. We have a thin turnout so far with only 1 like on the live stream and 8 concurrent viewers. So I'm a little bit confused how there is that much of a discrepancy, I guess, already, given that we have just the loyalist of the 8. How is it that you guys haven't hit that like button yet? I'm a little confused. If you're tuning in on X, feel free to pop in the chat because I can't see you until you say something. Now, Decentralized Science is currently down 1.9% to $872 million market cap, currently leading the charge up on the day, even though it is a low volume downward day in the market, is Oncology Network. We have Mediva and Dynex. We also have DNA, Data Lake, Etika, DigiHealth, Genomes, Neos, Cryorat, Valley DAO, Poseidon DAO, Augmentis, Solve, HealthX, Rejuve, Psi, Vita, Research, some of the key players that we like to pay attention to every single day. However, I do need to hyperfixate right now on Dynex because I just got out of a little presentation that was happening in the Dynex Discord. We'll talk about what we were talking about there, as long as you guys promise to engage on this beautiful morning. Good morning, Zach. What's going on, Zaj? How's it going, Beagle? David's in the chat. Martin's in the chat. MJ's here. C90's here, of course. Dynex is looking pretty good, bouncing off the bottom here. We got Zach in the X, and we got C90 in the X as well. Bullish. You guys are in both chats. GM. Dynex finally having a bit of a relief rally here today. We saw a very clear floor appear down right under 9 cents, and now we're up 11% when the rest of the crypto market is kind of selling off a little bit today. Of course, the day that Ethereum chooses to start rallying, the rest of the crypto market decides it's time to start selling off a little bit. So honestly, the market's going to continue to do what the market wants to do. We had dominance for Bitcoin falling pretty quickly on the hourly chart, but over the last 2 hours, as I've gotten ready for this live stream, we've quickly regained a lot of the traction or the movement that we had already experienced, or we've given it back, I should say, because remember, we want dominance to be going down. Now, I think that's probably just because Ethereum was pumping and people in crypto started getting fearful and getting out because they think for whatever reason these 2 to 3 to 5% gains are all we're going to be getting this cycle, and it's a little bit of nonsense. Now, what's leading the DeSci market down? Of course, we don't have actual movement for these 7 different projects, 1 2 3 4 5 6, because ultimately, in the grand scheme of crypto, all of these projects are micro caps that aren't worth actually keeping updated on the CoinGecko website. So that shows you how early everything is and how disgustingly underappreciated decentralized science is. It is not going to remain like this forever, and I'm going to make damn sure of it. You can bet on that one. I'm going to be louder than anyone's ever seen when it comes to shilling DeSci. This is not okay. The market's actually acting irrational here, but a good quote that I had to pull up for the Dynex chat, because this Dynex AMA that was on this morning was in the Discord, is one that goes something like this. The market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. Meaning, in that context, try not to over leverage yourself on any given position, because the market can go down and just remain at disgusting valuations longer than you can remain solvent, longer than you can actually have money. And that goes for your mental fortitude as well. The market participants can remain completely irrational whether that valuation's to the upside or to the downside, longer than you can actually hold sturdy in your conviction. This was outlined, I think, perfectly in The Big Short. Most of you guys have probably seen that movie, The Big Short, in which Michael Burry went short on the housing market in the United States in like 2005 because he saw that it was irrational and things weren't going well. And then for the next 3 years, well, like a little over 2 years, 2.5 years. For the next like 2.5 to 3 years, the market continued to truck along higher despite delinquencies and failing of the housing market. It just kept going higher because the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. He actually had to freeze his fund, freeze investors from withdrawing from his fund because they were trying to take money out of that position at a loss, even though he was correct. So you need to remain aggressive with your conviction. Now, for everyone who's watching the recording, I want really to drive this one thing home to you guys, all right? The people who are going to win in this crypto market, this cycle, whatever you want to call it, are the people who can shift their focus from the meme coin retardation that's happening in the market into true utility, into projects that actually have a reason to exist, into things that are actually making a difference in the world. If you guys want to continue to just get rug pulled by literal presidents, feel free, go for it. Go ahead and buy the next meme coin that comes out that everyone's talking about, that they all got into prior to actually talking about it because they all have insider information and are just harvesting money off of your dime. And I know I'm preaching to the choir with this one because you guys all probably feel this as well, but it's actually one of the most insane things I've ever seen in the market, just how willing and excited everyone is to pass up on golden opportunities to invest into utility-driven projects in order to literally get scammed by the same group of people over and over again. But so be it. If that's what everyone wants to do, they can do that. Just know that those of us who are actually paying attention to things, to projects that are making a difference, are the ones who are going to survive. C90 says, I'm on my first nootropics drink today with D-beta hydroxybutyl acid. I'm locked in today. Let's go, C90. Let's go. I've never heard of beta hydroxybutyric acid before, but I'm sure you've done a good amount of research to figure out a nootropic that's going to help with your focus and excitement. I took a stimulant today, but for some reason my brain is like thinking clearly and ready to go. However, the words, I think my brain's moving too quickly for my mouth to keep up with it because my jaw really, really hurts right now. I like dislocated it while I slept. Kind of crazy. But I wanted to go through some of the current events in the DeSci landscape because one of the areas that I view has the most potential as far as utility-driven sectors in all of crypto and Web3 is decentralized science, because they're bringing real-world implications on chain, and they're targeting a market that is the second biggest demographic to target to bring on chain as far as total addressable market. You look at the financial industry, where everyone's focused on bringing that on chain. You look at the next most corrupt industry that needs innovation and change, and that is the healthcare industry, and that is research and development, academia, and that's what DeSci is doing. And so if people can't see that value, sucks to be them. Daniel says, what's the latest update about Dynex? Why such a great project does not stimulate the price increase? We can talk about that in a second. I do want to go over some of, let's talk about that beforehand, because I think the answer is very clear to me, and it's going to sound a little bit aggressive and egotistical, but ultimately the current market participants are fighting over each other and like tripping over each other to go get scammed, to go invest into meme coins that we know are going to rug. Like the president of Argentina or whatever literally promoted a meme coin that then rugged for hundreds of millions of dollars. We have that LA vape cabal going around with insider information, getting into projects, promoting them to their people, and then dumping it. We just saw the same thing when they went and started talking with Haley Welch, the Hawk to a girl, and she they bought into the project, released the podcast episode, and then dumped the project. We saw the same exact actors which are scamming and ripping off a lot of the people in the industry, and I'm not putting all the blame on them, but they're the ones who are just doing it in the public so everyone can see it. But they're going around and literally on a live stream with Aiden Ross, they are telling Aiden to promote different coins that they just bought into and then just dumping in the background of the live stream. It's actual stupidity. It's as stupid as you could possibly imagine. And yet everyone is so excited to just fall off the cliff with them that they're not paying attention or trying to learn about these different projects. And ultimately, Dynex, ticker DNX, is not a project that you can just get as soon as you look at it. You have to actually put in a little bit of work in order to understand it, which is why in this current market climate, people aren't willing to put in that work to understand something. This is neuromorphic quantum computing as a service on a distributed decentralized blockchain. That mouthful is not something people can just pick up and understand off the top of their head. So they need to do a little bit of research, which is why there's a value discrepancy between what Dynex is actually worth and the ecosystem they've built and the token valuation. These opportunities don't show themselves super often in the market, which is why it's important to really dive deep into it and understand what's going on here so that you can make proper decisions for yourself. You don't often get an emerging new technological advancement at the scale of quantum computing, and even less seldom do you get opportunities in which you have projects like Dynex trading at $10 million market caps when their competitors, who are arguably not as powerful as them, are trading in the billions of dollars. Now, there are no competitors for them in the crypto landscape, so you have to look at other projects, other companies out there like D-Wave trading on the stock market, or like Google trading on the stock market, or like Nvidia trading on the stock market. You have to look at the more traditional markets because crypto has not advanced to the point yet where there are true competitors to Dynex. So you get these opportunities, a project that in my opinion should be trading somewhere north of $10 right now, trading down at 10 cents. Now, obviously, the market is going to remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent, so don't go too crazy on these things, but do full-fledged analysis and take action. Now is the time in the market to be accumulating good projects like this. Gary can't even save us from the LA vape cabal. Well, Gary's gone, so Gary is gone, all bets are off, and people are just scamming like it's open season right now. What's good, Jonathan? Alt season has started, bullish. If you go look at ETH BTC, you'll notice that this does look like it's got a bottom. This valuation, so ETH denoted in Bitcoin's price rather than dollars. We had a capitulation moment where it went down to 0.023, which seemed like something that was never going to possibly happen. And it did correspond, that bottom corresponded perfectly with a support line that I had drawn on my chart from years ago. Right? A little bit of an area of contention. I think it just coincidentally came down to exactly where the previous wicks had come. Right there. And then just this whole area of contention. It did it again. And it looks like it's starting to rebound. But ultimately, until we have clearly printed a change in direction, you can't say 100% that this is a rebound. Like on the daily chart, we need ETH BTC to get above these moving averages, which, presuming that it takes about a week or two, would put us up at 0.0342, aka a 20% move on Ethereum without Bitcoin having that same upward momentum, which would put Ethereum's price, if Bitcoin stayed the same price, we need Ethereum to go back above $3,400. Now, obviously, Bitcoin will move as well, so hopefully that little reversal happens as Ethereum gets back up to these previous highs that they've had during this cycle. I still remain confident that Ethereum will be breaking out to all-time highs this cycle, and I think anyone who has a head on their shoulders would agree with that statement. It's just a matter of how long is it going to take, and we have to be reactive in this market in order to capitalize off of those crazy moves. Like, this is a clear bottom formation showing on a previous support line, so yeah, things are looking good. Things are looking very good in the market. It's just not in your portfolio. Things are not looking good. All of the headwind is now a win to push our sales forward. You know what I mean? Notice anything? GM Spec Truth. Now, let's go in and talk about the different things that I had planned for the day. First up, We have Pump Science getting ready for the launches of their different molecules on Pump Science. They're copies of RIFs and Euros. They're not copies at all. They're in fact completely different molecules going through with completely independent developers each time these projects are launching, but there are 13 of them launching, and they are just waiting for market conditions to turn around just a little bit. Again, these are on Solana, and so you get access to a lot of the degens on Solana's network as these start to launch. I'm very excited, and I'm paying close attention to them because they're all launching on a fair launch. Some of them are doing pre-sales, which is meh, but they're all launching at really, really small market caps and allowing for people to get in and to just revitalize some of the excitement. And so they're trying to generate some hype with this. I highly recommend all of you guys go and scroll through some of the engagements and see which accounts are from these projects that are posting with them. So what I mean by that is, like, see how this has a molecule as a profile photo? Go follow these accounts and start engaging with them so that you can see who is the most active and what projects are going to be launching likely the soonest. Even this person is a dev of one of them, so pay close attention and do a little bit of research into it. Of course, you can also go look at my page, and I've posted a resource of all of the projects that I know of that are launching, and they're supposed to be starting tomorrow. Supposedly the first one will be launching tomorrow, so pay close attention, guys. Next thing up I wanted to talk about, and these are two things that have brought in or are bringing in attention into the DeSci landscape. We have this mouse, Pythia, who is gotten a little AI chip implanted into his brain, so it's AI in organic organisms. The chart doesn't look super great yet, but it is starting to look like it's found a bottom, and I think I'm seeing a lot more social engagement for this account, and so I would expect them to kind of pop off a bit. Look at that, 15,000 views, 192 likes. So as soon as momentum starts shifting in the DeSci landscape, I think Pythia will end up being a project that draws in a lot of attention and excitement into DeSci. So position yourself accordingly. Next up, and these are in absolutely no particular order, but just what I was finding across my page on as I was looking for stuff to talk about for DeSci. So we have SciDAO teasing the next launch of their drug token dropping very soon. Again, remember, all of these are IP tokens. So this is owning the intellectual property behind some of these humanity advancing experiments. So apes inside SciDAO are cooking up the strongest drug token on the block. Announcements of our first psychedelic drug token dropping soon. That's going to go hard. You guys know I am excessively bullish on these IP tokens. They all sit at super small market caps. They're going to be movers. Just like I told you guys, RIF and Euro were going to be movers. Everyone ignored it. These are going to be movers. These IP tokens at some point are going to get their time in the sunlight, and they are going to rip. So pay attention to them and focus on them. They are worth looking into. Jonathan says, bro, I thought that the Ondo Summit was going to be trigger the altcoin season. My noble is bleeding. Everything is bleeding, my guy, everything. Ondo has nothing to do with DeSci, so I wouldn't expect them to trigger any kind of DeSci season, but ultimately, a lot of times in the market, whatever kind of event people are hyping up is a local top. So the Ondo Summit, everyone was hyping it up. A lot of cool news came out of it. People don't give a fuck. People want to go get scammed by presidents. And so people are just not going to actually listen to that summit. They're just going to buy in anticipation of it and dump when the summit happens, regardless of the good news or the bad news. It's such a stupid reversed experience in the market right now. People are actually operating as if everyone's IQ collectively is under 100, which blows my mind that we have so much money floating around in this space and not a lot of people to actually utilize that money. Everyone's just excited to get scammed. Yeah. Ondo looks like it's coming down to Ondo currently looks like it's breaking down to go test this 100 or 200 day moving average, which is a shame because that's sitting down currently at $1.04. It is a monetarily increasing function here, so it will come up a little bit to touch it, but still you're looking at Ondo looking like it wants to go back down to $1. Now, Ondo is one of those projects that is the poster child of utility-driven altcoins this cycle. Ondo has the support of BlackRock. Ondo has the support of large influencers. Ondo has the support of literally like I'm pretty sure Trump's associated projects were scooping up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Liberty Finance investing in Ondo? So don't we have like some of the most prolific people in the space backing Ondo and watching it as it explodes in utility? And yet the token price is bleeding because, again, people don't give a shit right now about it. Now, I do think we're seeing social sentiment change a little bit as people are getting tired of this fraud and corruption. And so you need to position yourself in a spot to take advantage of that shift before it actually comes. It's insane to me just what's going on in the market. Just people really, really want to get scammed. And it blows my mind, but it is opportunity for us. There's enough people to hit triple digits IQ though. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know that there is. I don't know. Some people got negative IQs. Steven, no. Why are you sick? Come on. It's cumulative at least. All right, fine. I'll redact my statement. It seems that the average it seems that the average IQ in crypto right now is sub 100, which is nuts to me. That blows my mind that the average can be sub 100. Dare I even say the average might be as low as 70 IQ. It's crazy to me, but hopefully the median is still above 100. Now, another thing to talk about, Origin Trail. I know I haven't covered it a ton because it's just already been one of those large projects, but they are advancing things in DeSci, and so they're working here with Consensus Hong Kong to do 48 hours of a hackathon for AI and DeSci. Bring your AI agent to life with Origin Trail, decentralized knowledge graph, and compete for prizes. So this is something bringing in a little bit of attention into DeSci. Origin Trail being one of these archaic projects that I don't really pay close attention to, but they are doing their part, and I'm sure some of you guys have scooped it up. I already talked about the pump science, calling all PhD gens. Then we have an article from Molecule's ecosystem update, January 2025. So this will be good to pay attention to what's going on in the landscape of DeSci. I also have another one here I'm going to go to next, but let's go through this. Average bill holder has an IQ of 300. I concur. The median IQ of bill holders is well above Einstein's IQ. That is just a given. I've actually seen that study released. I think I saw it on Noble Blocks' publication platform, a study analyzing all token holders of Agent Bill, and I can confirm we have the highest IQ of anyone in the crypto markets. But that's all right. Not to brag, guys. Not to brag. But an exciting start to the year for Molecule with the upcoming launches of DeSci EDU, Pump Science Rodeo experiments, and the announcement of DeSci Berlin 2025 dates. The Molecule ecosystem is kicking off 2025 with a strong start. So first up, DeSci EDU, an 8-week program by Molecule and Bioprotocol to train the next generation of DeSci innovators. The launch is soon. The program will offer hands-on lectures, weekly discussions, and assignments to bridge the gap between science and crypto. Applications are open until February 24th. Then we have Pump Science updates. Pump Science is kicking off 2025 with a bang. After gearing up for experiments with Riff and Euro, they've teamed up with Tracked Bio for live-streamed rodeo experiments. Watch mice given Euro and Riff or control supplements race on the Rotorod, testing the endurance and stamina of longevity compounds. They also, I don't know that they talked about it here, but are gearing up for the next batch of Riffs and Euros. The large-scale thing that we talked about a few minutes ago, so we won't go too deep into it. Then we have a new DeSci report from Binance. I made a whole video breaking down this report, so we don't need to read anything about it. Basically, just know that Binance is very excited about decentralized science because Binance often has teams that make up people with higher IQs than the broader crypto markets. They know how to spot trends and execute on those trends. And one of those trends that they've spotted is DeSci. They're very excited about it, just like us here. C90 says, can confirm. Few projects posted today, same info. I'll look at that in a second, Zaj. Then we have DeSci Berlin dates, June 10th and 11th. I went to this last year and it was really fun getting to meet everyone over at Molecule and see a lot of the different projects that showed up there. Probably won't go back this year, but I just don't have the time right now. They're also proud to announce that Molecule has been named one of the top 50 companies in Crypto Valley, featured in the 10th edition of Crypto Valley Labs report. That is exciting. Let me go ahead and save that post. And of course, Molecule is hiring, even though they don't want to hire me. Now, next up, we have the Bio Weekly update. Bio is the sister company to Molecule. So I'm excited to see that they all took my advice and are doing these weekly updates to keep the community informed. It makes my job of scoping through the market a lot easier. So thank you to Bio and Molecule for listening to that. Keertopia launching this week as the first BioDAO on Solana. VitaDAO's new compounds on Pump Science. Bio Launchpad coming to Solana with dual funding mechanisms, auctions, and bonding curves, and the DeSci event in Hong Kong and Tokyo. So that is exciting. They're making good moves in the market. Damn it, Invisible. Why you make your comment invisible? Why don't they want to hire you? I don't know. They said that I'm an American and they don't want to have an American on the team. So, oh well. Their loss, man. My gain, right? No, I'm just playing. That was actually the reasoning, though. They said that they couldn't have an American on the team, which I know is bullshit, but it's probably got to do with the fact that I talk about the prices of stuff and I make content online, and I'd likely be a liability if I were to say too many things for them. So they just figured it was easier not to include me in the team so that I could actually continue to be the same figure online, right? They'd probably need me to change how I did stuff, and that's not going to happen. Now, Noble Blocks update. How many of you guys, show of hands in the chat, show of hands, how many of you guys hold on to some Noble Blocks tokens? Just curious. And back to the energy drinks, guys. Alani, not sponsored, although it should be. One day, we'll have a sponsored thing and I'll be like, blah, 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 kombucha. Sponsored as it should be. And it'll be funny. But for now, just showcase what I'm doing for free. All right, Spectruth's got a 1. We got a show of hand. MK has got his hand up. C90's got a 1. Solus has a 1. All right. Jonathan, I know you have a 1. You don't even need to worry about putting your hand up here. So Noble Blocks reposted this article from Nerd Bunny here and says, by combining AI-powered error detection with community-driven collaboration, Nerd Bunny is making science more transparent, accurate, and accessible. Fully integrated into Noble Blocks. So this post from Nerd Bunny just 2 hours ago. Why accuracy in science matters. How Nerd Bunny is shaping scientific research. This is a long post, so I'm going to go ahead and share it with you guys so that you guys can all read it if you want to. Go engage with it if you guys are holders and supporters of Noble Blocks, because this is their version of yes no error coming to the market through Nerd Bunny. The high cost of scientific errors. It costs a lot of money to have false or misleading information in science. It costs everyone money. It costs the people posting it money. It costs the people reading it money. It costs the people changing their research around this false and misleading information money. It is very, very expensive. And you can tell that AI wrote this because it says Nerd Bunny is more than just an AI tool, it's a leader for open, transparent, and error-free science. Here's how it works. So you can tell that the posters are affluent in the language of artificial intelligence. AI-powered error detection, community-driven validation, making science accessible, and preventing misinformation. Nerd Bunny is fully integrated into Noble Blocks. Here it is. Here's the meat, guys. Nerd Bunny is fully integrated into Noble Blocks, a broader social network for scientists and researchers. This integration creates a space where science is not only accurate, but also open, transparent, and community-driven. Here's what sets Nerd Bunny apart. We have the open science. They promote transparency by allowing researchers to share their work and receive positive feedback from the community. There's collaboration, prioritizing discussion and collaboration. Nerd Bunny ensures the science is a collective effort, not an isolated one. And of course, accessibility. Nerd Bunny makes science more approachable by breaking down barriers and adding an element of fun. The exact same reason that I am excited for Pump Science plays in here for Nerd Bunny and Noble Blocks. Pump Science is breaking down the the barrier of entry into the scientific process by gamifying it a little bit. And it appears here that Nobleblocks and Nerd Bunny are going to be doing or attempting a very similar thing to break down that barrier and have Nerd Bunny be people's go-to resource for kind of understanding what all of these DAOs are doing, which should be pretty powerful. At this time, being in DeSci is like being early to Ethereum back then. I agree, Solus. I agree with that. And it comes with a lot of challenges. It's not easy to just be early to something and think everything's going to be all right and just all sunshine and rainbows. If you go to Ethereum on the daily and you go, I don't know that I'll have enough data on this chart. Yeah. If you go to Ethereum on the weekly and kind of take a look at how Ethereum got its start back here, you'll notice, and I've made a post about this, but you'll notice that when Ethereum first launched, guys, in that first little launch period, nothing changed fundamentally about Ethereum, right? It was super powerful and it opened the door to all altcoins. It opened the door to not just having Bitcoin be a store of money and a store of value, but actually create applications using distributed technologies, blockchain, decentralized applications. Ethereum on that launch week went down 95%, which means people put money into the future of crypto technology, which it is. And they immediately, say you put 10 grand in, you immediately had $500 left. Immediately. That is painful. But the people who sold and got out missed out on a rally from 15 cents up to nearly $5,000 per coin. It took months. It took 6+ months to get back to all-time highs. These things are not just sunshine and rainbows. Although when you zoom out, it looks easy to just hold on to your Ethereum and wait. But the lesser known fact about it is that sometimes you have to go through periods where you suffer and you have your wallet go down in value. Okay? Understand that. It plays back into that same quote. The market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. And that solvency is in your mind as well. So understand what you're holding on to and know the future implications of whatever it is you're putting your money into. That's what you have to do. That's how you set yourself apart from the rest of these degens. And not saying we can't have fun in degen, but I am saying that things take time to play out. Have you seen the DeSci World NFT, Roots of Knowledge, for their bot presale? It seems quite unusual. Could you share your thoughts on the tokenomics? I'd really appreciate your opinion. Of course, Invisible. Of course. Let us go do that, and then we will come back to the Dynex talk that I was going to do, that I had planned for next. So let's go ahead and go look at DeSci World. I don't have good information on it off the top of my head, so we're going to have to read and discover it together. Woo! Do you guys have any links that I could check out? Yeah. Invisible, do you have a link that I could read so that I can get the direct information? Because already, I'm just going to go out and say it. If I'm going to do a critique of DeSci World here, if you have something that large, if you have an NFT project that you're promoting with the bot presale, you need to put it on the forefront of what you're doing. I shouldn't go to their X page and not know where to find it. It should be, unless they're just trying to keep it hidden and secretive, it should be right in everyone's face immediately upon going there. I shouldn't have to go digging and have to know and have a community of 30 people watching the live stream. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all being here. We go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about decentralized science and the broader crypto markets. I shouldn't have a team of people in order to know what's going on for a project. I think that's super important. So right off the bat, yeah. You guys said go to the Discord to actually see it. Okay, let's go to the Discord. Add some extra steps and confusion. because everyone knows a good funnel involves as many barriers as possible. That is the best type of funnel. That's sarcasm. I'm just kidding. You want to make it smooth. I am a DeSci enthusiast, a degen. I'm going to say I'm a microbes NFT holder so that I can gain access to that information. How did we find the server? Doesn't really matter, does it? Let me get into the server, please. Finish. There we go. It does actually matter, so they know where to double down on stuff. General chat. Good morning, all. Good morning. Announcements. T-Space, DeSci World Game Night, DeSci Rising, DeSci World X Space, New Spaces series, The Nerds of AI. Okay. Microbots heading for Oxford. Bullish. That is a cool announcement. DeSci Rising. Okay, there we go. We have publicly reintroduced Microbes NFT to the community on X. A reminder that Microbes are the exclusive entry pass to what's next. Early access to test our proof of knowledge DeSci AI agents. Priority access to DeSci World exclusive initiatives forever. Whitelists and drops. How to mint Microbes NFT. You go to DeSci World, connect your Web3 wallet. Max 5 per wallet. 0.088 ETH per NFT. Let's do a little flames here. I'm too old to enjoy Discord. Discord is so annoying. So is Telegram. I truthfully cannot stand either of them, but you have to use them. Fear does not exist in this dojo. You are correct, Solus. DIA presale. What is DIA? The diabetes DAO? Should be ticker sugar. Amanda came up with that. I was stealing it from her, but she's deep in work right now, so she doesn't know.
I am deep in bill work.
Bill work. Let's go. What'd you say the ticker was for this thing? It was ticker bot. You might need to go save them.
Yeah. I thought Jake was.
It didn't Jake.
Sorry.
Okay. $2.12, so this was last week. DeSci's powering actual healthcare decisions. Do you want to come show Coco off?
Yeah, he's very cranky right now. This is the culprit. He's
The
like,
culprit.
yeah.
Hello, kitty.
Hi, everybody. Kono is being mean to his sister. Whoop, gotcha. Hey, gotcha. No room for mean boys, Coco.
Yeah, no room for mean boys.
You have to stay with me now.
Presale got delayed till Friday. That was on the 12th. So that already happened, right? Okay, so my number one piece of feedback for them is that if they're going to do a launch, make it easy for people to know that it's happening. Everyone said hello, Amanda.
Hi.
Hi. So I just spent probably like 5 or 10 minutes looking with you guys, found no information on it. So immediately, just like, what's the point? What are you guys doing? Get it together. Make it accessible. Unless it's not supposed to be accessible, but I don't know. So if you guys have any links, feel free to send them and I will review them with you. Otherwise, we are going to move on to the next topic because it's not worth my time. So, Dynex. Introducing the Crypto Task Force. Why'd you look at me like that?
Well, because it doesn't mean it's not worth your time.
it might be worth my time.
It might be worth your time.
It could potentially be a really cool opportunity for people. Maybe that barrier to learn about it is the barrier that's going to provide that opportunity for it to be really successful.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. We've been watching Ted Lasso a lot. It's been nice. It's been good. It's a funny show. Dynex. Long have you awaited, and finally it's here. The CTF starts today. We're very excited to share our vision and details with you, so we will be hosting an AMA in the Discord at 5 p.m. CET. That was 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to us going live. Meanwhile, for anyone unaware, here's what the CTF is about. The reason for the CTF. For months, many of you have expressed frustration over the lack of focus on the crypto side of Dynex, even fearing that we might abandon the blockchain completely. The CTF is here to show we are doing the exact opposite. Last year, we laid a rock-solid foundation for Dynex on the enterprise side, which has experienced parabolic growth and adoption, positioning Dynex as a global leader in quantum computing. However, this intense focus on the enterprise growth has led to neglect on the crypto side, causing the value of DNX to deviate irrationally from what can be considered fair value. The lack of attention to the Web3 ecosystem resulted in limited transparency, inadequate communication, and the spread of false information and FUD. The purpose of the CTF? The CTF is here to change that. The Dynex Crypto Task Force, the CTF, has been formed to reliably ensure that DNX will flourish to its fair value. The value of any crypto project depends on the strength of its community, which will be activated, nurtured, and included. The objective is to better communicate Dynex as a whole, where its value comes from, how the enterprise and crypto side interact and benefit from each other. In addition, the CTF will intensively pursue more Web3 partnerships to further expand the DNX ecosystem and grow the crypto-sided adoption of Dynex. In essence, we are going 0 to 100 on the crypto side of things. We hope you are as excited as we are. Bullish. Ladies and gentlemen, this ties back into the initial conversation we had about Dynex. Very seldom do you get these opportunities in the market where the market is acting irrationally to an asset, deviating its current market value from the inherent fair value of that asset. Even more seldomly do you get companies which blatantly tell you point blank out in the open in front of everyone that their focus is shifting to make the token price go up. That is not something you see, and that is what's going on exactly right now. They are focused and they're going to be relentlessly pushing for the Dynex token to reassume fair value, go up. Unless you think the fair value of Dynex is lower, that's room for interpretation, I suppose. But ultimately, that's why I said in a post earlier today, Dynex is going to absolutely rip straight past where it's currently at, up to $1, quicker than people can really wrap their heads around. We just had that pump and the retracement of Dynex, which is wild to me that there's so many people out there who are even selling a penny of this thing. It makes actually 0 sense to me, but of course, I'm not the one selling, so it's like, you guys, people obviously have their reasons, but selling something for this valuation, even if you bought here and sold here and made a quick little 5 to 10% profit off of that pump Dynex just had, it's like picking up pennies in front of a train, but the train is real gains. It's like abandoning, you have a loaf of bread and you're hungry and you just kind of like pick up the crumbs from other people cutting slices of bread off of that loaf to eat. It makes no sense why you wouldn't just eat the loaf. Like, does that make sense? Probably not, because my brain didn't really make that analogy good. But why can't you send a link? I have no idea. You should be able to send links. I have no limitations open on the chat right now, so you should be able to send a link without a problem. There's a locked community channel for Microbes NFT channel. Ah, okay. Zaya AI option. I think it's a really good, Zaya is a really good project. the market doesn't give a shit right now about any of this stuff. It's just the honest truth right now. They're also wildly illiquid for the token. And so anytime a pump does happen, it just gets eaten back up. They need to add more liquidity to this thing. Otherwise, they're never going to succeed with the actual token. They can succeed as a company because they've already been succeeding as a company. But it's now a matter of like bringing that over to the crypto side of things. But MK says only mods can send links. Shit. That's stupid. Why is that the case? Probably to stop scammers, so I'm sorry. I hope Noble can get on CZ's radar. That'd be crazy. Did you see the little tease that Noble had about relaunching on Binance? I mean, I guess if that's what it takes to. I don't know why you wouldn't just bridge. A relaunch is going to be not something I want to partake in. AI therapists are here, and they outshine humans, says Andreas. Imagine a world where your therapist isn't human, but a brilliant, empathic artificial intelligence. New study reveals ChatGPT's responses in therapy sessions outshine human therapists. I believe that. The AI can remain objective and actually tell you what you need to know in order to help yourself. Help yourself. Help you help yourself. I don't really actually care about going over the last couple things that I had here. Just going to talk about how DAOs work and why they matter from Mudo, but we all know how DAOs work and why they matter, so probably not super good use of time there. And then Axon. How many of you guys own Axon DAO? Let me see a show of hands, please. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are hanging on to Axon DAO. They just posted about their Cure OS. Monitor 4 sleep stages, breathing patterns, and get an AI-powered sleep quality score through Cure OS. Sweet dreams. Sleep isn't just about quantity, it's about quality. Cure Ring tracks your deep sleep, REM sleep, light sleep, and awake time while monitoring breathing disturbances. Cure OS's AI analyzes the data to give you a comprehensive sleep quality score. Understanding your sleep pattern is the first step to improving them. Get personalized recommendations based on your actual sleep data, not generic advice. That's crazy. Super cool. And I think that most people in the world who pay attention to their health and their sleep patterns would use stuff like this, right? Because it's just like if you wake up from an alarm clock that you weren't ready to wake up from, you were in a deep sleep and the alarm goes off, you feel like you just woke up on a new planet and everything is destroyed and you're angry and you're really groggy. But if you wake up in a light part of your REM cycle, you'll actually wake up ready to go and alert and excited because that's when you were supposed to naturally wake up. And so using this type of data from one of these sleep cure rings, you'll actually get to see what that is like and actually get to improve your sleep patterns, which will inherently improve your health, longevity, and ability to work. Like just be alive, be a human, contributing member of society. Oh, we have Bullseye putting the DocuSend thing here. Let us open this up potentially. It's a DocuSign though, so I feel like it's potential sus link, and the name does not coordinate between the two. Yes?
It's like, yeah, please don't.
Yeah. I got all my money on my wallet. I'm not trying to open another link. Yeah, damn. Hi, Coco. DNA pumping a little bit from this. All of these charts just look so bad. It's why people won't come to DeSci. They come, they look at the chart, they're like, oh, never mind. It's so ridiculous. I know, there's so many companies that offer the ring, Spec Truth. There are so many companies that offer the ring. It's one of the most competitive markets that feels a lot like the VR space, where everyone just kind of like jumped into it for a minute, and then they're gonna be like, oh, okay, what's next? You know what I mean? All right. I'll accept. And immediately drained. No, I'm just kidding. Bot.fun. No, it was a joke.
Bad joke.
Can we get a poll going on in the chat right now? Was that a good joke or a bad joke?
Bad.
Amanda said it's a bad joke. How do I add a poll? Start a poll. Did you like my joke? Yes or no? Bot.fun. In a world transformed by artificial intelligence, new coordination games become possible. We are exploring new systems of information exchange, value creation, and collaboration using AI agents, transforming user intent into on-chain action at scale. Let's see. Bot, the keeper of the forest. Agent hosting. Bot is the infrastructure provider creating robust agents. Permissionless via bot.fun. Bot offers a price to agents for compute provision. The soft cap for every IBO is the minimum cost of compute for a month. Bot waters the forest for healthier liquid agents. Initial bot offering, that's funny. So they're making a launch pad for agents that all share one knowledge pool on DeSci, presumably. I mean, it's got potential to be really cool. It definitely does. They're keeping it very on the DL right now. Those NFTs, they want those NFTs. Here we go. The bot tokenomics. We are selling allocations via roots of knowledge NFTs to be converted into bot upon TGE. NFT holders will share upon bot TGE. 50% of the bot/ETH LP, no cliff, 3-month linear vesting. 25% of bot supply, 1-month cliff, 12-month linear vesting. Interesting. Sale funds distribution. Bot.fun treasury, 70%. Bot ETH LP, 30%. Roots of knowledge NFT presale, there were 3,000 of those, and the bot supply, 100,000 million, is $1 billion. Bot distribution, 25% for NFT holders, 10% for bot ETH LP. The team gets 25%, and the bot.fun treasury gets 40%. So, be interesting. Can I get to know the cliff for the team and the treasury? That would be nice. Interesting. I would have to take a little bit of a deeper dive into this than what I'm doing just here on this. Yeah, I am curious if the team's just going to be able to dump the 25% or if the treasury is just going to start selling to get cash to do interesting things. I don't really know why they need a treasury that takes up 40% if this is something that I don't see any... Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be interesting. I'm late. Let's go. W Wild Africa. Let's go. What is being late but being early with a delay? True. True. I got 67% said the joke was funny. So I accept that. We had 9 votes. Why do so many people just watch this in the shadows? You guys are just like, let me put this on in the background. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate all of you guys being here. It truly means a lot having an audience to rant about decentralized science to. Research Coin is building a nice floor, a nice foundation. Okay, guys, I have to leave. I have to start going and getting some other work done for the day. Do you guys have any final last minute topics you would like to discuss or things to bring up with me. Otherwise, I shall be departing. Do, 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 do. Have a great day. Thank you, boss. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's funny. That is actually super funny. All right. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing it into. I appreciate you guys being here with me. Make sure you guys are focused on the shift in the markets from meme coin scams into utility-driven projects. I'm guessing you talked about the diabetes DAO launch earlier. I actually did not talk about the diabetes DAO launch. I didn't see it come across my page, my feed when I was looking for things to talk about. Ultimately, if we could get some loading, that would be lit. Come on. There we go. DIA, token community sale phase one goes live tomorrow on Tuesday, the 18th of February. Phase 1 is for early access. Only the first 100 people will be able to purchase. There will be a total of 3 phases of the community sale. All right, so we got another token launching, guys. We got another token. Cool. Worth paying attention to? Probably. It's all DeSci. It's coming from Wellshare. Bad time to launch. Mid-March is better. The momentum comes back into the market. It's an awful time to launch right now. We saw, like, it. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna leave my thoughts inside my head for now because I have to go get on a call with Spec Truth. But love you guys. Appreciate you being here. Time's for most.